Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am PJ. So I'm going to shoot a couple videos today that are all loosely related, and I'll post them at the different levels. Of the group that you surround yourself with, ideally a crew, a group of people that have agreed to come together in times of peril to mutually, to ensure the mutual survival of each other, right? A crew. Now, whether you have a crew or a group of neighbors or people you met at work that you start talking to this stuff about, I think there are probably three very important types of people in your group. And I'm going to talk about that. But first, some talking fluid. I am fond of saying that in any type of disastrous situation, there are four things that are going to get you, four things that are going to imperil you. See my dog? Can you see him? It's too bright there. Four things: people behaving badly, starvation, medical issues, and what I call weather issues, but it's like natural disasters, right? Forest fire, hurricane, tornado, earthquake. Those things can kill you, just as they are. People behaving badly, starvation, and medical issues. There's not much a person can do for your group to help mitigate against natural disaster, just in and of itself. That the effects of natural disaster, sure, but just the natural disaster, there's not. Choosing where you live is important. But people behaving badly. A person that could help your group deal with people behaving badly is somebody who has experience, knowledge, wisdom in these areas, in, dare I say, tactical security matters. If all of a sudden there's three bad guys coming towards you or me right now, three bad guys, they're maneuvering, they've got rifles and shotguns, and they're coming to get me, I have a whole kit bag full of things that I would pick from on my response to that, because I have extensive tactical experience. If you're just Joe the insurance salesman and Betty the homemaker who watches YouTube videos, you are at a grave disadvantage against attackers compared to somebody who has had tactical training. Now, a cop, it's easy to make fun of cops, and it has to do with resources and things like that. But you know what? They have more security awareness and tactical training than the average Joe. I watch all the cop shooting videos, and some of them are woefully undertrained and unprepared. But some of them have a lot of basic tactics, like shoot and move, flank, don't get in a crossfire, those kinds of things that just come naturally to people who do that. So for your group, you need to seek out, you need to find somebody with tactical experience. All right, so that's one. That will help you against people behaving badly, and also security experience. But I think when there is actually a world without rule of law, the types of locks you put on your doors and windows, and the fact that you cleared bushes down below the windows, I don't think that's going to get it by half. I don't think the marauders will be slowed down even a little bit by that. You're going to have to step it up a level. So that's one. Starvation. I am also fond of saying, somebody told me one time, PG-13 word coming out, you should do a video, the shit Pastor Joe says. I'm like, what? Because they're fairly popular on YouTube. This was about 10 years ago. One of the things that I say is, the second you crack open your first bucket of long-term storage survival rations, you start the stopwatch to your starvation. If that's your plan, I've got this food stored up in my garage. Okay, cool. When that food ends, then what? That's one of those things, contemplate the unthinkable. People don't like going there in their head, but you have to. You need food production specialists. I am not talking about, although I'm not specifically excluding, Aunt Mabel who knows how to can chicken. That's lovely, and that's going to be important. But I'm really talking about Susie who knows how to raise goats or chickens, like knows how and is doing it. Or Bob who knows how to garden, who has an awesome productive garden, just growing food. Too much food to know what to deal with, gives it all away at church on Sundays. You need a green thumb. And a brown thumb for the goats. I don't know. You need somebody who knows about agriculture, like really. And I'm not talking Farmer Bob who has 10,000 acres of corn and soy every other year. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody who can actually produce food with what they have. Not, I need a tractor and 30,000 gallons of diesel and pesticides, and you know what I'm talking about. Somebody who can produce food. Those are valuable people, because SK and I know a lot about producing food. And so I tend to assume my competencies on everybody else. But then when I think about it and talk to people, there are people who don't have a clue. They don't understand the scope of the problem. Oh, I'll just do this. I have it used to be, I haven't seen this so much anymore. I have a can of seeds, vacuum, freeze-dried, packed, whatever, and a couple hoes and shovels in the closet. Got a couple hoes in the closet. That doesn't sound good. And they think they're going to make it. And it's just like people who actually garden for reals, they know. So that's an important person. So you got your tactical security type person. You have your producing food type person. So what's the third? What's the third kind of person? People behaving badly, starvation, weather. Can't really do anything about that. Medical issues. Medical issues. Not all medical people are equal. I think probably the best medical person you could get would be a family practice doctor or like nurse practitioner. And if it's a doctor, I prefer the ODs as opposed to the MDs. MDs kind of like want to give you drugs or cut to solve the problem. ODs look at more holistic the person, and work on that. But family practice. Why family practice over a cardiac surgeon? Ain't nobody going to be doing cardiac surgery when there's no electricity and supplies and yada, yada, yada. It's just not going to happen. But a family physician, family practice physician, and again, or, like nurse practitioner. I love nurse practitioners, by the way. They see everything. They see little Jimmy with I'll come back and make part 2.